twice. After the first time, you're like, why did I come back?
Oh, yeah.
So you've been to Mount Rushmore twice, you said?
Yeah.
And the second time just wasn't as good?
I've already seen this.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what?
It ain't changing.
The same four guys. No, how many out there?
Oh,
The same four guys were still up there.
Okay.
Coolest ride. And it's
All right.
across from Soarin'. It's in
Okay.
that same, it's right there. It
All
is
right.
you end up going backwards, upside down, like
So you said you've been 5 times?
I think the
You've been
kids
there
have
5
been
times?
5. I think I've only been 4. I think the kids went 5 because one time
5.
Lindsay took them without me, and they didn't like it. They said it wasn't fun without Dad.
Dang. Well, I get
kids.
that because
It's more of I call it an adventure. It's never a vacation.
Yeah.
With Lindsay, it's an adventure because you don't stop. Like you get up at 7 and you go to bed at 11, and
Yes.
you're running from ride to eat to ride to bus.
That's me. That's me.
So you'd fit in, Andy. You'd
Because and we're talking about Disney World, so it's because I never knew when I was going to go back. I never went when I was a kid.
Okay.
We never had any money.
Either day, I never.
Right.
Yeah.
And the one time I did go, it was without the kid. And I thought that was it. It was in 2000.
Yeah.
The Braves went to the World Series, lost.
Yeah.
And we were there lucky enough in February where they played in spring training. And then I got some autographs on the baseball, on a baseball I had. But yeah, you just
still have
never
that
know.
baseball?
Yes. You just never know.
Right.
When you're going to go back. And then I was lucky enough to go back 4 more times in within 10 years.
so then every time you said, I don't know if we're gonna get back, so I'm gonna run like a little girl.
No, we're going to go to every show we can go because I don't know when you and Dad are coming back because this is not free.
Yeah. Anymore. It's so expensive.
It's
Oh,
10
yeah.
times.
It was
It's-
Lindsay's
it's-
50th birthday. That's what she wanted to do for her 50th birthday. So we took Will, Kiara, Jake, Emma.
Oh,
Emma was back.
How many
in,
days?
And Bailey.
They were there for like a month.
5 days.
5
4
days.
We
with
did
like
all the parts.
5 or 6 people.
Oh, I know.
Man.
A meal. It felt so good to get back home and just go to like Jose Peppers or something.
Sure. Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, that's what it should cost.
Oh man, if you imagine if Don Cholitos was still open, Marty,
Well,
you would have went there.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'd be there. But the most expensive meal I've ever. We went to the Don Shula Steakhouse for Lindsay's birthday, so we're all there, and it was over $900.
Forget that. noise. No way.
You couldn't imagine and then you get Will who never looks at the price when he looks at a menu. I've never seen Will look except when he's paying, but somebody else is paying.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You know what? My boys are the exact same way.
And I'm like, do you ever go to the right and look in that column? You always look. And so here they're talking about lobster. Him and we ought to get. We're down here in Florida. We ought to get lobster with our steak.
Well, at least your boys try things differently.
You know what, you
Mine
can-
just stick to the same thing: chicken fingers and fettuccine. That's
But I will. The steak was worth it. Like Jake and I had a tomahawk, or I don't know what it was called.
It's not those kids' fault. It's just bad parenting.
Yeah.
You know, okay, that's what I'm bear down.
When we would when we take you and Danny down to down on the plaza, Cheesecake Factory.
Oh.
Same thing. Will would be
Yeah.
like, you took the last thing on
Yeah.
surf and turf? Really? You couldn't just get the mac and cheese?
He was taught that.
Yeah.
He was taught
and then,
that
of course,
somewhere.
you don't blame them. They're like, I'll just have what Will's having.
right.
Thanks. Thanks. And now it's,
And then-
do you want a drink? That's always Lindsay's. You guys want to get a drink while you
Sure.
Oh, my God.
Sure.
Bill
Yeah.
just went like
Yeah. Blame it on the wife.
Yeah.
But
Blame
the
it on
refills
wife.
though, right?
Hi, Lindsay.
Aren't the drinks usually refills?
not the alcohol.
I've only been.
Oh,
to-
the alcoholic
That's what
drinks.
I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Now that they're old
Oh,
enough.
that's right. You talking? Oh, I was thinking when they were
Oh,
young.
I thought you were talking like when they were 12 or 13.
No,
What
no,
are you
like
doing
right
with these
now.
kids? Oh, okay. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
what we used to do for Marcos's birthdays, his spot was Gojo's, and Danny and Will always join us. So, anybody else ever join us?
Spencer did too.
Oh, Spencer.
yeah, Spencer, yeah,
yeah.
Spencer.
So then that was my bill. I take care of all of them.
Gojo's still around?
No.
Yeah.
Only here.
think
We
they got-
we make it here now.
I think
But
they
you
got
can
shut
get
down.
you can get the yellow sauce, right?
We
At
make the
Hy-Vee?
yellow
Gojo's.
sauce as well. You can, but I heard it doesn't taste the same.
Oh, okay.
That's a Kansas City spot, man.
Yeah,
Used
Was
to
a
be.
Kansas
Used to
City
be.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. Ooh, you getting ready? Look at you. I am your host, Big Mod. This is my co-host, AO, and running the board, my son Chris, and the two guys on the couch over there is Jose and my son Mark, just chilling over there, watching us. Or no, you guys watching the phone. What did I say?
Mark, no K.
Mark, no K?
No C. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I should call you Zay, no ho.
Wow. Already off to a great start. Look at that.
Always,
That was a good
always,
one.
always. And yeah, I guess let me get this live reading.
This episode is sponsored by Quinn Concrete Construction. The company motto, no job too big or too small. Whatever your concrete need is, they have the experience and the professionalism to ensure a quality job every time. For a free estimate, call 913-279-1448. That's 913-279-1448 and ask for Joe Quinn.
Go ahead and click the notification bell.
Click.
A little early. It says click.
Okay.
The notification bell. Then bell rings. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and follow us on all social media platforms at the Big Modcast. If need to add anything, do it here.
Go ahead.
Just follow, subscribe, email, comment, everything.
Yes,
Mario.
please comment. We need comments like crazy.
Yes.
Right, nephew?
Subscribe. 5.
We got to get to at least 500 people. Right now we're at what we sitting at, nephew?
380.
We
Oh
are
my
sitting at
gosh.
380 subscribers.
What's the deadline?
We can get if we can get up to 500, it would be awesome. Just we need to get there. Anybody, friends, family. See, that's why I love Jose's here.
Family of friends.
Family, friends, family. Start buying your dogs phones. Do whatever we need to do to freaking so they can check us out.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So please, whatever you could do to help us get up to 500 plus would be awesome. We really, really would appreciate it. And here soon, my comp and I will be giving some giveaways. We'll be doing maybe some trivia. We'll be doing some, what else? Who has the best comments? What we talk about?
I forgot.
Yeah, all right. Then let's just move on to the next thing.
Coolest comment, nicest comment, some sort of comment. That was an idea. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's fleshed out.
Semicolon pictures,
Whoa.
anything that will.
No, we didn't talk about that either.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
flesh this out.
All
We
right.
have a poll live on Instagram right now.
We do? We have a live poll on Instagram?
Our conversation with Aaron Sawyer, Mr. Big Mod says he's dunked in the past.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, you know what? I think you took that the wrong way. Because, no, I didn't say I dunked the ball. I said I hit the rim.
No, he said he dunked.
No,
I remember him
I
saying he
Where does
dunked.
dunk come out of your
Yes,
mouth?
I believe
we got a
so.
poll on Instagram. Do you believe that he's ever dunked a basketball?
Yeah, anybody out there, do you believe that I dunked? Maybe a tennis ball
No.
on a 10-foot goal?
Well, maybe.
Okay, maybe, right?
But that does.
It doesn't
still
mean it
goes
was a
against
basketball.
what
It
you
was a
said.
volleyball.
Still goes against what you said, though.
I don't
Live.
remember. You know what? I don't remember. I'm at the backtrack. Oh. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest for the evening. Second time on the show. And welcome to the Big Mod Media Studio. I guess you saw it when we were putting it together.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so I appreciate you being here. Please welcome Mr. Marty Schneider.
Thank you.
Welcome, Coach. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah. I still get coach. I still get coach from a lot of
You're
people.
going to be
That's
coach
fun.
to me forever. So,
Yeah, welcome back. So you were here with us. You were when Marcos was co-hosting with us. You were episode 8.
Oh, was it? Okay. With Will?
Yeah, with Will. Yeah, you and Will came in.
good kid.
And we are now at 83.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
So you can win yourself $20 right here, Marty.
Uh-oh, I didn't know
Okay.
about this either.
Yeah.
So let's go.
So AO will pull it out of his pocket if you could tell me the date you came in.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I have not.
How about-
I was guessing February. I thought it was sometime in February.
Yeah.
I thought that was like late summer.
Wow, you're way off. We have that Jeopardy music. Do we have the Jeopardy?
Hey, you know what?
thing?
I don't have it queued in.
No? Okay.
I have no idea.
Oh, here it is.
That's close.
That's not Jeopardy.
Yeah, it was actually July 19th,
Oh, okay.
2022.
Okay.
I was right. That
Memorable.
was in the summer.
A memorable moment for
Right.
Coach.
Yeah, obviously.
February.
Obviously. Yeah, I honestly don't remember. I just remember the other studio.
Yeah,
Right,
we were
the
at
lake.
the studio.
Yeah.
There on String Line.
Put you on the spot. Sorry, Coach.
No, it's all right.
It's all right.
It makes your brain work a little bit.
Yeah.
So how we doing, Marty?
I'm doing great. Doing great. House is empty right now. Kind of. I mean, we still got Jake in the basement.
Okay.
But Will's down in Springfield.
So you don't consider the basement
Kidnapped,
part of the house? He's
tied
like,
up.
the house is empty. Oh, but we got Jake in the basement.
Yeah, well, we don't. I mean, we don't bother him, and he doesn't bother us. Like it's his.
That's funny. You have Jake in the basement, and we have Chris in the attic.
Oh, really?
That's where he hangs out.
Yeah, it works for them. But yeah, no. And then Emma's over in. She's in the UK, so just right outside London at Harlingston. So.
So people who don't know, you and Mario have known each other for what?
Oh gosh.
At least 25? 25?
Illy
I'm
was
going
real,
on.
I don't. Illy was a baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least 20 some 20
20
plus
plus
years.
years.
Yeah, definitely.
And
definitely.
you coached when I first was introduced to you. You were coaching my nephew, Anthony,
in football.
in football
Yes.
with Will and Marcos, and that was at least 15 years ago.
Yeah.
right
Well,
there.
so they started in third grade.
So I was like
they were in
third
third
grade.
grade. Our first year was
Okay,
in third grade.
and right now they're 26.
26.
26 so
25,
yeah. So that's when I first was introduced. And you have what, 2 boys and a girl?
Yeah. I got
Okay.
the older, younger boys, and then the girl, the nice little buffer in between.
Right. And then a wonderful wife who can cook, who can bake. Cupcakes. Like, I never tasted a cupcake before. Just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Anyway, if I ever get married, I'm going to her. For
You
some
better hurry
cupcakes.
up.
We've done, she's done weddings. She's done.
She's gonna
One day
take.
she's gonna retire, and
She's
she's
gonna take him to the courthouse when I get married.
She's done
Yeah.
a lot.
Maybe Emma will follow her footsteps in the baking process.
No, I don't think anybody's going to catch up to Lindsay with her. Yeah, no,
Right.
they don't try. You don't try to compete.
Right.
So, but they've always she's always included the kids. They were always like part of it. If they want to help, come.
Who
on
taught
in.
her?
I would say her grandma.
I was gonna say usually it's a grandma.
She always says it skips a generation because her
Yeah.
mom was not a cook.
I see.
No.
Yeah.
We ate there every Wednesday night, but yeah, she was not a cook.
Did you guys order in?
No, she cooked something.
Oh,
it
she
was
did
like
cook.
a rotation. No, it was a rotation.
I thought you said she wasn't cook, so
No,
we
she wasn't.
would order
still went over and
pizzas.
ate. No, we went over and ate. And,
Yeah.
But there we have a lot of stories. One was she made a casserole with chicken and it was green. Tried to eat. It was like chicken and peas, and so it turned the chicken green.
Nice.
Wow.
Try to eat that.
Wow.
Just try to eat green
Yeah.
chicken. It
Yeah,
can't be
just
done.
wait till she hears this.
And then they still. Oh, she passed.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm
So,
telling the story. Yeah, she.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And
He said that's why I'm telling stories.
Yeah, that's why I can tell the
Okay.
story.
All right.
Even though it's my mother-in-law, and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
could always laugh with us.
That's
but,
great. That's great.
And then one time she tried to bake and she made it was like, I guess they were like cupcakes. I thought she did like a filling on the inside, not realizing she hadn't cooked it completely. So I just ate it, And
Raw.
then we're going home and they're like, "What were you thinking?" Even the kids, they ate around the outside that was
Right.
cooked. I thought, and they're like, "You really think, Grandma could?" And so
That's hilarious.
but we have a lot of stories like that. So Lindsay, and it skipped her aunt too. She's not a cook either. So she just took on the challenge, and
Well, you got lucky with that one
yeah,
because
very lucky.
Yeah.
good.
You said
We all did.
So the family, your family is slowly expanding, right?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, Will's gonna be
Will's
engaged.
getting ready. Yeah, Will's already
Yeah.
in
engaged.
August.
Congratulations.
Yeah. He
That's
did.
And he's the oldest.
He is the oldest.
26, 27, right?
26, and
Okay.
his birthday was last Sunday, the 4th.
All right. Happy birthday, Will.
And he is
Shout out.
down in Springfield right now. He works for Littler Law Firm right there next to Crown Center.
Okay.
So
That's where the Simpsons are from.
yeah, Springfield.
Springfield, yeah.
And so,
And he's a lawyer or studying to be a lawyer?
he is, well, no, he just works for the law firm. I don't know exactly his
Okay.
position.
All right.
A few years ago, he asked me to stop talking about what he does.
I see.
So I don't.
Now we're back.
Because I
We're
guess
back.
I embellished, and he would get and I was like, "Well, that's what you told me." And then she's actually at Drury, studying to be a PA.
Oh.
So she graduated from UMKC and then went down there and so he's doing his side, and then she's in school.
The
a lot.
fiance.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Kiara.
Okay.
And so,
How do you spell that? Do you know how to spell it?
Kiara?
Spelling doesn't matter here.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Right
matter.
there on the
Rule.
board.
You
That's
could have
the
said
rule.
any
Rule
letters.
number one.
Yeah.
Rule number one.
Yeah.
And
So Emma is in.
she's in Harlingston, and it's
Right
about 45 minutes outside of London. And then we were lucky to visit her over Thanksgiving. So we were in London for 5 days, and then we went to Paris for 4 days, and then we were with her for a couple of days on the campus. And the campus is like a castle. It is
Hogwarts?
the coolest. It's a mile off a road. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we actually went to one night I had to go
to the train.
The place in it's in London, but it's all about Harry Potter.
Okay.
It's this whole museum.
Oh,
Really?
We were
So
there-
there's a whole
We
thing
were there till
about-
it closed. Yeah,
That's
and of course
fantastic.
I had never seen Harry Potter.
What?
So my wife and kids would listen to the book on tape. They would sit in Emma's room. They all knew it. And my mistake was we're walking through there, and I said, "Why does that train say 9.5 or whatever?"
9 and 3
Yeah, 9 and
quarters.
3/4.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
my wife and Emma both.
You know
looked
what?
at me.
Can you explain why? I don't know either. I don't watch them.
It's no specific reason, just that it's something weird and not normal. They're wizards and witches.
And the 3/4, that
where you-
area
and- yeah.
is an entrance.
Yeah,
well,
there's a-
yes,
there's
there
a-
is that,
entrance,
but
so that's
there's a
what
grocery
makes it.
cart. There's a grocery cart that goes through the
Yeah,
wall.
there's a
right?
cart.
Oh, yeah, I
but
remember
there's
seeing
an entrance, and that's what makes it unique.
Yeah, and then they showed us in the underground in London, the King's Cross is where the actual where it was actually shot. And
Wow.
so they show you where people go to one spot, but
Yeah.
Emma has a host family,
Mm-hmm.
and Ian, the host family, he's like, no, here's where it's actually at.
I
And
see.
So then you say, okay, there's where it was shot.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, to spend time, that was my first time out of the country.
Hmm.
And so to go to London and being such a big city, and then Paris being another large city, I think we walked about 9. We always figured 9 to 10 miles, 9 to 13 miles a day, and you're on a train.
that's
and
good
so,
exercise, huh?
but to go
Get
to
that
the
heart
Eiffel
going.
Tower in Paris
Sure.
is man, it was the coolest thing. And we went to the top. And I think they should warn you if you're going to go to the very top, because you go to one level and there's like a restaurant and some shopping,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a regular elevator. And then the next one, you get on the elevator and you're like, shouldn't this stop? Like you just keep going,
Right.
and you can see out, and you're like,
Is it a
like-
cage? Elevator?
Kind of
Okay.
in a way, but you, yeah. And as you go up, it gets windier and
Oh,
colder.
okay.
And so, of course, we're there around Thanksgiving, so it's cold.
Okay.
You would consider whatever is it like in Wisconsin is kind of the weather over there
Wow.
about that
All right,
line. It's
all
about
right.
that line going across.
Yeah.
And once you step off, the wind hits you and almost like throws you out of the elevator.
Ooh.
And then it's just incredible. You
Yeah.
can't believe how much you can see. The wind's blowing, and we go around. And he actually, Eiffel actually had an apartment, so you can see in where his apartment was. He actually lived on the top of it while it was being constructed. And then we go to the other side, and you get champagne and stuff. And there's no wind over there, so it's like calms down. But you're still like, I'm not afraid of heights in any fashion.
You're still a
Like,
billion feet in the air.
Exactly. And
Yes.
you can see the parts of Paris. It's just amazing. But
Yeah.
we went to the Louvre, and again, it's Lindsay has an adventure. It's not really a vacation.
Sure.
So we saw the Louvre. Everything you would want to see, she fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
That's cool.
How
That's cool.
long was the trip?
we were there 11 days.
11 days.
We went and saw a
10
soccer
nights,
game.
11
We
days,
went to
yeah.
Birmingham and saw a soccer game.
Oh.
And that was really cool. The Birmingham Blues were playing, I can't think of the name, but where the train ended, we did some shopping and stuff. And then it was about a 35-minute walk, but instead of taking a train or a taxi or a bus, you just follow the crowd and
Sure.
they just come out of pubs.
Sure.
And you just walk down the road, and I had no idea. And then you show up in this stadium, and it's like in the middle of a neighborhood. There's really no parking.
yeah.
But they just kept coming out of pubs wearing blue, like almost like your wall.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you go into the stadium, and Wayne Rooney was the head coach at the time. And no, is that why the soccer player that used to play for England? He was like the captain.
I don't know.
I think his last name was Rooney. Well, he
Okay.
was the coach. Lindsay put us right at midfield. They were incredible seats. It was so
Crazy. Were the fans?
the crazy
Was everything fenced in and
the
were there-
visiting team
Yeah.
had their one area,
Right.
and there was a police officer every 5 steps.
Yes.
Like they were circled.
Right.
And
Wow.
over there, police officers don't carry guns.
No.
But you'll always see them in groups of like 4. They're never
Right.
by themselves.
They carry tasers.
They don't
Right.
carry anything, as far as I know.
Not even batons.
Nothing that I never got close enough. Or went up.
Maybe
to
they
any
carried
of
a lightsaber.
but they stay. Yeah, but they stay together. There's always groups of them.
Maybe a
And,
wand.
could be. But
It's
the
Harry
baton
Potter.
would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anytime we would get in,
Nimbus
so
2000s.
same thing. Leaving the game, it's just this whole crowd.
Yeah.
And as you go back, they just leave and go to this pub, and they'll go. They have their
Right.
places they go.
Right.
And you just feel. you just feel safe. You just feel you trust everybody around you. Everybody's doing the same thing. We're going to the game. You don't worry about getting pickpocketed or
Really?
in a fight or anything. You're
So
just
you just
it's
felt
just a
safe
mob. Yeah, you're
through
just
the
in a
whole-
mob.
Yeah,
And
they-
they go here and they go there.
They have
and
totally different like gun laws and
They don't have any guns, and so like
No guns.
If we got in a taxi,
Tax, though.
but whenever you got in a taxi, that was like the first thing they asked. Can you guys explain to us your gun, like guns?
Oh, is
You
that
know?
right?
Yeah. Like, and then when we were within Emma's host family, Ian, the dad, he's like, yeah. So explain guns, and of course Emma's like, well, growing up, you know the difference between a firecracker and a gunshot. And I'm like, what? We don't live that close to Wyandotte. What are you talking about? Like, Emma, that's not true. Like,
Well,
have
she
you
did
ever
go
been
to
shot
she did
at?
go to North, right?
Well,
So
that's true. That's
Not too far, yeah.
We are in Mission.
yeah, so
And so she made a comment like that, but it is just it's real relaxed. It's interesting to hear the kids. So like when we would take the train from London to go back to Harlingen, it's about I'm going to say it's an hour. So all those kids, all those teens, they all drink and stuff. And so they'll be on the front of the train and it's comical. They're so funny.
the drinking age is
18?
18,
Yeah.
yeah. It's 17 or 18, yeah.
And so,
It's-
like the students, Emma has the problem. They just had, I think it was 140 some students just came over for this semester.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she picks them up at the airport, the first thing they do, where's some wine? They head off to try to find the bar because they all
Bunch of
know
winos.
Right.
they can go to the bar. And she's like, no, we need to get on the bus. We need to get to the campus. We need to get back to the university.
that must have been kind of scary though when your kid said, "Hey, I want to go to England."
Hers was she applied for 2 jobs when she graduated in May, and so she applied for 2 jobs, and this was one, and she didn't think she'd get it. It was like, and another one was like a internship in Lawrence at KU. She's in psychology, is what she graduated with.
Yeah, good for
And
her.
so it was like, and she just never thought. No one at Baker had ever got one. She graduated from Baker University, and then she got it, and so she left. I'm going to say August 8th, and she comes back August 8th. So she's gone for a year. She did come home for Christmas,
What's
obviously.
that like for a dad?
My only fear is when, like, she went to Champagne, France, because they had a big champagne event where champagne's being made and so, by herself. And so it was like, should you be traveling by yourself? But after being over there, it's common. It's common for somebody, and she would stay in like female hostels.
Okay.
So like when she
Okay.
came back, she met some girls from Australia,
Sure.
or New Zealand, one of the two, and ran into never seen rugby. But they're there.
Oh.
The New Zealand Blacks were playing
Yes.
against England in a tournament.
Love
And
the
so she
Blacks.
was in. I think
Sounds
it was
weird, but yes.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
that's a
in
great team.
Scotland.
They come on periodically on Channel 9.
Yeah. Oh, you see. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're a great team. They're phenomenal.
So it was
they're
like
like in
a-
the championship. They're a championship team.
It was a tournament, and so
Yeah.
they were playing England, and then I think Ireland, and somebody else was playing on. And so she texted me, and of course there's a 6-hour difference, and I'm like, why is she texting me at noon? And she was in Wales watching this rugby match, and she didn't know anything about it.
Really?
But these girls there were teaching her.
Right, right.
And she thought that was the coolest thing, and
Yeah.
so she was going the next weekend to see the championship.
Oh.
She was going to go back to see the. Yeah, I know.
Did she get to see it?
I think she got there, but I don't know if she ever made it to the
that's
event.
awesome.
But
My question is, are they all black?
No.
there's-
The
usually
uniform
some-
is.
Yeah.
Oh, the uniform's black.
Yes.
They're just
the
called
uni-
the Blacks, right?
They're called the Blacks.
Or the All Blacks. I think they're called the All Blacks.
I've never heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird because I'm on TV and I was like, well, dude, this is rugby. We don't get to see rugby very much. And I left it on and then they're talking about, I think they played, to be honest with you, I think they played at like San Diego State.
Oh, okay.
I think they came over here for a bit. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah, and then you said-
phenomenal team.
She could have got a job in Lawrence.
Right. It was like it was more like the studying psychology in a way. She said they were going to do more like science stuff, like I don't know how you'd explain it, but
Like research?
I mean, it's all right.
kind of, yeah, like research.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, it's all right. I just had to go back because did you guys watch the K-State game the other night?
No, I
Monday
didn't.
night?
I didn't
I
get
fell
to.
asleep. It was
Yeah,
It was
I heard
pretty
about it
slow-paced.
afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Is that why you're wearing light paisley?
Oh, damn it. I thought
Is
this
that why?
was pink.
Yeah.
I thought it was pink.
I thought it was when I first came in. But
You know
anyway.
what? I didn't watch the game either, but I did wake up like at 3 a.m. because I wanted to see what the score was.
Use the restroom.
And then yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I did use the restroom. Thanks for
Yeah,
bringing
Jake-
that up.
Jake
Thought we
texted.
had to keep this stuff private.
Jake and Will text me, so we all have the same. Like we go crazy during the games, jumping around, throwing stuff, yelling and stuff.
Wow.
And so I have like when I was over there, Chiefs played Philadelphia.
Okay.
And so we were in Paris, and it was going to be 3 a.m. There was no way I was going to watch that game. So they both just texted me all night, so I could get up in the morning, and you just follow their emotions
Right.
up and down, and then
That's cool.
And
That
then
is
the
cool.
drop passes and why
Right.
and
Yeah. This team sucks,
yeah,
and
like,
everybody
I
hates
can't
them, and then
stand
now
it.
we
All they
love
gotta
them.
do is
Yeah.
catch the ball, and so
Hit
it was
them in the
neat.
hands.
Yeah,
Yes.
but they both see the game different because Will being an offensive player, Jake being a defensive. They
Yeah.
just
Sure.
they see it. But yeah, so that was my way of following them when we were.
You know,
in
just
France.
think about Marty. If you were coaching a football team, you have your offensive coordinator and defense coordinator right there with Jake.
Yeah,
and
we always said like if Lindsay's brother Brent has Wendell,
Yeah.
he's 5 or 6. I think he's 5 right now. We said if he played football,
Oh.
we'll coach him.
Yes.
He's not gonna play football. He's not gonna. But if he did, we had a team we could start building. We were going to start recruiting Crestview, walking around East
There we go.
Antioch.
Yeah.
seeing-
So, going on your coaching experience, when did you start coaching? What did you coach? What level did you coach? Because I know you coached the kids, but how did it start? And then what was the highest level?
well,
Because you're a football guy. You played?
yeah. I played
Okay.
high school. I only played up to high school.
Okay.
And I had a chance to go to Southwestern College and somewhere in it's a small division. It was in NAIA Division 2.
Okay.
And I just it wasn't going to happen.
I see.
But I started. Augie Ramirez got me into it, and he was doing flag football there at City Park, and he had Eastside played, and
So this is what, 90s? Late 90s?
they were first grade maybe.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
they were 97 was when they were born. So
Oh, okay.
so we're
96,
talking 05,
96.
06.
Okay,
Like that.
okay.
So we had little Leo and we had Marcos and we had all those kids on this team and Augie had to go coach soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, Marty, you need to take over. And we were playing this team, the Red Raiders. They'd never lost. And they were like Wyandotte County boys.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that Texas Tech?
Yes.
Yeah,
They're from Texas Tech.
We got a picture on the wall. I think Marcos and Will are both in it, and so I just started coaching. You could run center sneak, but no one knew the rule allowed you to run it, and so. Well, we ended up winning the game, and they started calling it Marty Ball because Schottenheimer was the coach.
Right.
And then slowly, Augie just just disappeared, and next thing I know, I'm just he was
Disappeared
in
into the
practice.
bushes.
Yeah, and then he's always had to do soccer.
Yeah,
and
and it's funny that he did that to you because he did that to us as well.
Not in
as
basketball.
far as soccer.
Oh, in soccer, okay.
Yeah, he. I mean, we're talking from Brandon and Mario
Mm-hmm.
when they were little bitty. Augie had asked Sandy and I if we would start coaching.
Start coaching.
Augie and
Brandon
Ralph Orbeza as
Who's
well.
Brandon?
Ramirez.
Augie's-
Oh,
Augie's
Augie's boy.
oldest,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I want to know what were the meals like over there? Did you eat well?
Oh, the food, cheese and chocolate are different. Like ours is real. Now, once you get here, it's real waxy. Like I don't know what we put in it.
So you don't like our
Wax.
chocolate
Probably
anymore?
put wax.
Not as when you go over there, and they always they say don't tell anybody over in America because we don't want them coming over here and eating all the food. And the bread. When you're in Paris, we went to the Louvre, and then we were. Lindsay's like, "Hey, just grab a baguette," and so it was a ham and cheese baguette, and we were leaving because we knew we had a long walk to whatever we were headed, probably the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe, and. It's just incredible. You eat it and you'd get a crepe on the side of the street there from a vendor, and it's just. Yeah.
Did you feel that you were eating all the time, or
We did. Oh, we did. Yeah.
well, that was good that you were doing all that walking too.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You would walk. We'd stop at a cafe. We'd eat. We were next to Notre Dame. I think that big cathedral that
Yes,
burnt
that
a few
burnt.
years ago. So
Yes.
they're working on it, and so we would sit there.
Oh, so you got to see that. That's cool.
Yeah, and so we ate a diagonal from it, and then along the river, they have these green boxes that artists and people have books, and there's hundreds of them, and you can just buy stuff off the street. It's just a different world, and I was worried about the communication barrier. It's not. As long as you approach and say, bonjour, or, and
So you had to learn the language a little bit.
well, I took French in high school, so I didn't. I kind of.
Oh,
knew,
so it all resurfaced.
Yeah, it came back. No, I just kind of knew. But if you just say bonjour, hello, then Yeah, okay, you tried.
Bonjour.
But
Did
if
you
you
have to
just
say
say-
like?
Okay, you're a tourist.
Yeah, and they knew. I mean,
Yeah.
because it's Paris. It's probably all tourists.
And the hoodie you're wearing, I honestly thought it was a Chicago Cubs.
Oh no!
For-
It's the underground. Everywhere you see the sign in London is go down the stairs and you can catch a train. And
Oh, so that was- that was-
this
that
is the
was-
sign you're looking for. And
So that's like if we wore like a stop sign.
yes. There you go.
Yeah.
Right there's so
That's cool.
yeah, but
But that's a cool-
green Metcalf sign or
Yeah, yeah.
Schweitzer across the top. But yeah, it's so that you just shoot down. Emma was real good at managing, so she kind of helped us manage. And like King's Cross is the main hub, and then they just have trains everywhere. You can catch one,
Right.
Like at Shawnee Mission North, it would get you to Quick Trip if you wanted to, and
Yeah.
then catch the Quick Trip one to Oak Park Mall. I mean that's how.
Wow.
You just get off, and the thing is, if you go up these steps, you might be on the wrong side. But
Mm-hmm.
if you go up these steps, to walk out of the train and look up, and you run into Notre Dame, and it's right there, and you're like, oh, that's the coolest thing. And then
Really?
same thing at the Eiffel Tower. You come up and as you
Oh,
look,
so they designed it
Yeah,
so that you hit these landmarks the moment you step off
Yes.
the. Okay, that's awesome.
Speaking of Notre Dame,
That's awesome.
is the Hunchback of Notre Dame, was that a true story?
I don't think so. I think it's a.
It was just a Disney movie.
Well, no,
No,
I mean it must be. Well, yeah, okay. According to Chris, yeah, it was a movie or
it was a
cartoon.
book.
But I mean, before that, it was a book, and
I
there was
think it was a
movies made.
myth. It was a myth about that cathedral.
Are you researching that, Chris?
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to know because I mean, back there used to be like a black and white movie when we were
Oh
growing
yeah,
up.
and it's a
Right?
little bit
The-
scary, a little.
Yeah,
Scary,
it was a little
in way,
freaky.
but
Yeah.
you
What was his name? Quasimodo or
Yeah.
something like that. Quasi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Quasimodo. Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chris, when you find that, yeah,
But it was, I mean, Lindsay, just the planning, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was the
Man, you are the luckiest dude.
Oh, she
so
is-
you had like what do you call it?
there was
Agenda.
An agenda.
And
Yeah.
same thing in London. We saw, everything you'd want to see in London, and
Yeah.
and did the
That's
big
cool,
Ferris,
yeah.
the big Ferris wheel thing, and
And now we have one here.
I think not even close. And, but
Just like it, yeah.
But like the Borough Market is a market where you just go through and eat. There's just food everywhere,
Yeah.
it's all crowded. Like I think what would be New York City, Tokyo, Paris, London would probably be the four bigs.
I see.
and that we've seen two of them. And that's what it was. It's so big,
Yeah.
and just people everywhere,
Big and
but-
popular.
And there's it's so old. What's our
So much
oldest
history.
building is like 1864 down here on Neiman. That's nothing
Right.
over there. That is absolutely nothing. And the
Right.
buildings are so. London, I think the only. I don't want to say a mistake. London's building new next to old, like they call it the gherkin. It looks like a big pickle,
Right.
but it's right next to say like Shakespeare's Globe Theater. And you're
Okay.
like, why would you put such a big building next to such an important
Right.
structure?
Yeah.
Where Paris is, here's Paris, here's Notre Dame, here's Arc de Triomphe, here's this. Go over that hill. Okay, now you can see all the buildings, the big, the
I see.
businesses, whatever you want to call it. That's the new stuff over there.
So,
I found it.
What was it?
There's no like real story about it. Just that it was a fictional novel.
Okay. Does it have what
the-
year that was? By any chance?
Like I'd say probably
it's old,
Yeah.
but they say Quasimodo was probably loosely based on a carver. I'm not sure what kind of job that is. Who worked on the restoration of the cathedral around the time that the author wrote the book.
carpenter.
It just says carver. I'm not sure if that's.
Probably
Carver,
carves-
carpenter.
carves-
He was an engraver.
carves wood, maybe an engraver. Yeah.
Oh, that's,
I will tell you one of the funny stories I had.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
When thank you, Chris. When we were in London, was as much walking as we were doing, and it was like, man, there's really no fat people over here. You're like everybody walks everywhere. You're on
Well, the
train.
food's much more natural.
It
you know,
really
the
is.
preservatives aren't there. They're hand making this stuff, and the ingredients are like pure.
It's real.
So
yeah, it's real. And
same
so,
thing, both London and like all through Europe. There's
but we had crossed London Bridge, and I was telling this. I said, "There's no fat people." And I was like, "Oh, hey, look, that guy over there in that red sweatshirt. He's kind of fat."
It was
He
an
turns
American,
around-
right?
He turns around, can't see cheap sweatshirt. I said,
Was it-
all people,
Was it?
all
What if it was Big Red?
Oh, yeah,
Turn
that-
around, the mustache, the
Yeah.
walrus
I
there.
was just
Wow.
like, out of all things that just
Wow.
happened to us is like the one guy in the red sweatshirt is cheap, and he's the fat guy on the London Bridge.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's great.
That's hilarious.
You,
You know,
you see some NFL gear, but not a lot. Not
Yeah.
a lot. It's just
so the time that you, when were the Chiefs there? Was it like before
That was
or
our
after?
original goal. It was before us.
Okay,
that
it
was
was-
our original goal. But Emma's schedule, she's an advisor, and so she travels almost every weekend.
Yeah.
And with these students, and so that weekend it wasn't going to work out. And so it's like, why go over there if we're not going to see Emma? You know,
Sure.
why go?
Sure.
And ticket prices were pretty steep. And
Yeah.
then we found like Frankfurt. There is a train from London to Frankfurt. It's not that great of touristy. You know, it's more like a business district,
Yeah.
more industrial. It wasn't something like, well, we could go there and stay a couple days, see the game. You weren't going to want to. I mean, there was nothing we could spend a lot of time doing. Now, if it was like Oktoberfest, you know,
Sure.
yeah, we probably would have made it work. But yeah,
Yeah, I heard a couple interviews about that city, Frankfurt. How it's just, I think it's blocky.
Okay.
It's just we don't really invest a lot like other countries and other cities to make it look big and fancy. We will if we want later, but right now it is what it is.
yeah. And the
Welcome.
stadium wasn't that big, so it wasn't only like 50,000 or something.
Yeah, it was rather small.
So it's not like they had 70.
So it was
80,000 tickets.
Right.
it's a soccer stadium, correct?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So it's probably then maybe like our sporting
Yeah,
something
right.
that's small.
Right.
I was just disappointed. The only thing I would have I think I missed on London was maybe seeing Wembley. I would have liked to seen what it was
That
like.
would have been cool. Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the only. I mean, Lindsay had us so locked in. We had tea, you know, all those things you're supposed to
Nice.
do. Yeah, so it was
Easy there, Comp.
Sorry.
Answer it. You need to answer it?
Nah, the president can wait.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah,
The president of Starbucks.
That's the CEO. Starbucks.
So yeah, talking about Kansas City, of course, this episode is going to be, of course, put out there after the Super Bowl, right, Marty? But I'm going to ask you, how confident are you right now?
the way we're playing well.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey's the only person that bothers me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. Stopping the run. And
Dude, I think they're going to stop the run.
I don't
I think they're
know.
going to sell out. I think they will sell out to stop it, and if you can stop it early. But I also think Shanahan's style is to stick with it. Like he
Right.
doesn't give up on it. He's not like the Ravens gave up on it.
Right.
Buffalo kind of should have kept doing it, and they, you know, but it's really interesting because I'll text Will like, "How you feeling?" And he'll text back, "Josh Allen isn't patient enough. Like he's going to start wanting to go deep," which is what he did. And I was like, "Wow!" Like Will gets
Right.
it. And same way, or you're sitting there listening to Jake, and I'll say something. He's like, "Stop!" Like. It's fine. Like, just watch the game. You're going to be in it. And so I still have
funny.
that. You know, it's hard to get that. We have 15. It's hard to get that. I was so used to
Right.
not having a 15. You know, it's like,
Right.
oh, here we go.
Right.
So-
Right.
But I'm good with kicking field goals. Like, if we have to kick 6 field goals, you know, everybody's like, why are we kicking? Well, you take the points.
Need the
when you can
points,
get 'em.
yeah.
You know, you see a lot of losses where you don't. And
It's just kind of like I think Detroit messed up on that as well.
And
There
I
was
didn't
a lot of
get to
times that-
watch it, but I did follow it on Twitter a little bit. Lindsay wanted to watch something else, and then it's like, oh wow, like this guy
Yeah.
had a chance.
I mean, I think it's important to get the points.
Yeah, take them while you can. Take them while you can.
You think Taylor Swift will be there?
Oh, I think yeah, because right away, even us, we looked it up, like how her own plane. I said
It's like 13 hours or
13
something.
hours, yeah. But
And
it's
there's
still,
like
it's a day difference.
There's a Taylor Swift math thing right now that's going on about how 13 is her lucky number
right.
and that's how many hours. Oh, it's just a thing. I don't know if you want to look for that,
Right.
Chris, but it's
There's a
it's,
bunch.
it's
Did you get that
it's-
on the newsletter?
it's
On the
crazy.
Taylor Swift newsletter?
Yeah,
Where'd you get that info?
I actually got
okay.
an email.
I see.
But they said that I think the only issue really isn't it like private plane parking. Like there's only so many spaces in.
Yeah, I
in
say
Vegas.
she's just gonna jump out and land parachute
Land?
right on the strip.
Still with
She
that?
could.
She's
I'm still
with
sticking with that story. Yeah,
He said that last week. So
That's what I'm sticking with. And maybe it already happened. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Are the Chiefs a dynasty team?
If they win,
If they win?
if they win,
If that's
I
what you're
think,
saying?
I think if they win, and I also think I think Patrick's going to get 6, at least 6.
I think
I mean,
you're
you think
right.
where he's at? He's
At
at
least.
28. I mean, 6. You lose Travis, and then I just saw a mock draft where that block Bowers, the tight end for Georgia, slips all the way down to Kansas City.
They're gonna go grab him.
If we grabbed him,
Peace out.
Yeah, 7, 8. I mean, that would be the biggest mistake the NFL let us get him as a tight end because
Yeah.
Kelsey could retire in 2 years, and this guy's.
I think he's gonna retire this year, Marty.
I don't
I
think
think
so.
if they win, I think he will.
No, he won't.
I think he's having too much fun.
Yeah.
He said when he says that over and over, I just couldn't. I know he's got other options right now.
Yeah. Sure.
But I just think he's having too much fun. And Jason hasn't even announced if he's retiring.
Right.
I mean, he's still.
If they can stay healthy, If they can stay healthy,
I still think that
and-
they're going to end up playing together somewhere. Cleveland. Both
Why
the
wouldn't
Kels
they
brothers.
why wouldn't they both play for Andy? Like that's who drafted him. Like that.
I think they've already had their time with Andy, and I think both of them will want to play in their hometown, which they've said on their podcast. That's where they grew up. They love the Cleveland Browns.
I only think
they
they'll
listened to
play-
Lighter Shade of Brown back in the day.
I only think they'll play either place if they're going to win.
Yeah, that's it.
You know,
Right.
I was getting
So if you come over to Kansas City and you got a winning team, which is probably the best, you go to Cleveland. I don't know.
They made the playoffs. They're
Yeah,
up and coming.
yeah, they did make the playoffs, but
Yeah,
that
they're up
doesn't.
and coming.
But the Chiefs, everybody wants to play with the Chiefs. They've
No,
they've
not everybody
They've got
wants
the
to play.
rings.
No.
They got the playoffs. They got the coach. They got the O line. They got
Yeah.
the quarterback.
It's on the tail end right now, right?
No, who says?
How young are the Chiefs? A young squad?
Yeah, actually, our whole defense.
Right.
remember?
I mean, they're just they keep
This is their
plugging
second
in.
year.
Yeah, but he was
Yeah.
talking about the whole offense.
Patrick's 28.
Right.
He's only
Right.
28. So I mean,
Yeah, he's going to retire
The
here soon.
offense is
soon.
relatively young. I mean, Creed's
Speaking of Creed.
couple years.
R.I.P.
and
Creed.
Smith.
Yeah, and then they just So it's a young team for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to keep drafting. It was they brought it up the other day on the radio. There's like only one guy that is a Key. His last name was Keys, I think. In the last few drafts, that the Chiefs didn't play for the Chiefs. Like he didn't even make the team or
I
make it on
see.
the field. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, if you
So
keep
we-
drafting like that,
right, and
just
you
keep
can use them.
replenishing.
Yeah,
yeah. Keep
You guys think Jason will be there? Jason
oh, yeah.
Kels?
Oh yeah, definitely.
The whole family's
Yeah,
gonna be there.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of shot games. Meaning
Oh,
take shots when you see
right.
this, when you see that,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of bets on how many times you're going to see
Yeah, you're gonna see.
either Jason or
Like last game,
Taylor.
the Kelseys were kind of hidden in the crowd, right? They weren't in the suite. I know
In
Mom and
the
Dad-
last game.
yeah, against Baltimore.
I think
Oh.
I think you might be right. It wasn't like Buffalo where they're
Yeah.
all up in the suite
Yeah, I
dancing
think-
and drinking.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think-
yeah.
I think Jason and his parents said out of it don't matter. They weren't on the field.
Right, yeah. Talking about the sports, did you guys see the Bobby Witt Jr.?
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
What was that? 288
Yeah,
For 11 years.
that is great.
but I think it's only like 7 years, right? And then he can opt out in the
Right,
last
yeah.
7
the last three,
or four years.
but and they jump, but
Damn it.
he'd have to because he's-
288 mil.
But you're only making 22 million in 7 years. That might be, if he's one of the best players, like
Chump
he played
change.
at the end of last year. Yeah, should be making 40, and he's only making 21, 22. So
Yeah.
you can see him opt out, and then the Royals renegotiate. Patrick throw in a little bit,
Yeah, there you go.
Say, get him close to where he
But he doesn't
belongs.
get all that, right?
is so
he
cool.
doesn't get all of that.
I don't know how it works.
288.
Well,
I mean,
it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed.
well,
the part, yeah.
I'm talking taxes.
Oh,
and the chunk that goes
Oh,
to
well,
your
okay, yeah.
agent.
Casey
and-
Mo's 1% sales
right?
tax.
Yeah. So that's the thing about
I mean, and in the big
I
contract
can't
game,
relate, but
yeah,
and they're getting ready to, they're still working on
yeah. The stadium.
Yeah, the stadium.
Well, I think that they needed to prove that they were investing in the team.
They were also making a
how are we
point.
going to vote yes if you can't sign?
right. And there's going to be a lot of people who are like, if you keep him Bobby Witt, then I'll vote for this and
Right.
vote
Yeah.
for that.
See,
Yeah,
and
that's a great business
Yeah.
angle.
And I had heard on 610 that those guys, since they know everything, they said, no, if they're going to get a new stadium, they might as well just get rid of Witt. Yeah, I was like, what? Why would you do that? I mean,
We got to have a reason to go. Have to have a reason.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
we're young. I mean,
Yeah, no, I think, and then moving the stadium downtown, I think, is that where they're going to put it downtown? Or they're going to still move it up north?
I don't think I don't think they've announced it
No.
yet.
They haven't really said.
But I'm gonna tell you, it's got a feeling of like it did in like 13, 12 ish. Like we've got the momentum of being something good young with our young crew.
right.
But we'll see. But it comes down to pitching.
Yeah.
and
Always, yeah, man. We
Yeah.
just
So we'll see. But Bobby Witt's a great investment.
That's solid. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Number 3 hitter's always going to be there. He's going to start it short every game. We know that.
And they should have used him. I'm still kind of upset that they didn't use him enough in the World Series for the USA, right?
Yes.
But he got. I think he got he was like 2 for 2 or something like
Right.
that. And he
They
got a
ran him in
double.
one. He came in as a pinch runner once, and I'm like, really? That's it?
Yeah, where
on, man.
I'll be honest with you, and Mike Trout is a potential Hall of Famer, but
Oh,
I think
definitely.
I would have if anybody
I
I
would take
want
another
there,
shot, yeah.
I would have put him up at bat if I had a chance or
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, phenomenal.
going back to the NFL, they're thinking about doing the flag football in 2028. What do you guys think about that?
What do you mean, like pro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I mean, we send our basketball
Patrick
players.
said he wants to be there. Patrick said he wants to
Dude.
be there. And then, like, Chase, a bunch of the receivers, Jefferson, all of them said they want to be out there.
So it'd be like
Tyreek was the one that said, I'm going to do it.
So would it be like Ice Cube's 3-on-3?
No, it would be 7-on-7
7-on-7
flag football. Just
for
kind
pros.
But what country is going to compete against this? Like, I know basketball changed.
Well,
It
I
went
mean,
from
I'm
basketball,
sure
no
there's-
one could compete with us, and now all of a sudden they compete.
So for non-playing NFLers or just some?
What contract is going to let?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Go do that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but would they do it in the NBA? Why would they let our NBA?
You let the Drew League.
Well, they have the G League, and you're talking about the G Leagues and whatnot. Those are like farm clubs. Those are
What are you
like
talking about?
They've got
for the NBA.
They've got a Drew League where it's like an opt-in tournament. Mostly people trying to break in, but like you can go play
As a pro,
Yeah.
so any pro players playing right now can go play in the Drew League.
It's in the off season, but yeah.
But it's an Olympic sport. They
Yeah,
wanna make
if it's an
Olympics.
Olympic sport, yeah, I think they'll let the NFL players.
I don't think they would. Not if you're on a
But
contract.
again, they let the NBA. I mean, yeah,
Play
it
in
took
the Olympics,
it took a while to let the NBA until our '92 team went over there, beat everybody's ass, which is awesome.
So, but that's different. The Olympics is different than a league, than a flag football league.
But we're not talking about a league. We're talking about the
Well,
Olympics.
they let the pros play in the Olympics because our college team got beat and our pride was hurt.
Because we were getting
right.
we're getting embarrassed there.
But if it's an Olympic sport, that's different.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
that's
but
what
if
we're
it-
talking about in Olympic.
But if it's
sport.
a league, just like
no, I'm not. I'm not
see, I
even
thought you
talking
meant.
about.
I thought you mentioned it was going to be a league.
No,
Okay, okay.
no leagues.
You
They're
put-
talking about 2028 in the Olympics.
The NFL.
They're gonna start flag football.
Oh, I think you
As a
said the
sport.
NFL was going
No,
to.
and then do we send our NFL players to play in this?
yeah.
You know, and
I
so
see what you
Mahomes had
mean.
already said,
Yeah, who you
sign
sending
me
off
up.
The Cowboys? Who you sending off the Cowboys?
Right.
Which is
Right. Nobody.
good question,
You
Mark.
got a defensive guy.
Right? Yeah, Michael Parsons, but
How could you not? I mean,
Yeah.
somebody can. It has to be.
but
able
man,
to
there's
cover.
going to be so many. There's going to be so many by that 2028. There's going to be so many new kids coming up,
But
and
what country could compete? Like, I don't understand what countries are.
I know, right? I don't know.
That's good. That's a good question. That's a good question.
Yeah, but
Russia.
yeah, can you see that? Yeah, a bunch of big blockheads. Yeah, that'd be cool. Anyway, so all right, we're gonna move on to we're gonna do. I want to do a top 10. Okay, I'm gonna throw out a top 10 to you guys, but I'm gonna ask you, Marty, since you are our guest. Would you like to hear the top 10 most iconic duos, or the top 10 richest sport franchises? Which that's what that says, right? Franchises.
Yeah.
Franchises.
Franchises. Yeah. Anyway,
All
spelling
sports,
doesn't
all
matter.
the four major sports.
Yeah.
And what are the duos? Is that sports?
The duos
related or
is,
that anything?
for example,
like Turner and Hooch,
kind of like that.
Oh,
Batman and Robin.
but for sports.
But for
or just-
sports?
But for
the
sports, it'd
duos?
be the NFL, NBA. What are the top 10 franchises in the sports?
Let's do the duos.
Duos. Let's stick with the duos. All right, cool. So, go ahead. Let's. I'll let you guys throw out some and see if they even made the top 10. So, like Anthony, you said Batman and Robin.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
gotta be, yeah.
They were number 2.
Okay.
Starsky and Hutch.
Ooh, that's a good.
I went
That's a
old
good
school.
one.
I went old school.
No, that's good. That's good. But no, they didn't make it.
that's old.
Bugs and Daffy.
Bugs.
Bugs and Daffy.
Was Bugs and Daffy? No, they weren't.
weren't a duo.
Really
They
a
were
duo, though.
enemies.
They
Yeah,
Well,
they
no,
were-
I wouldn't say they were enemies. They were just
Tom and Jerry.
they're like brother and sister.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry's better.
Tom and
Combo.
Jerry. Let's see if they even made the list. Oh, I mean number 7. Got number 2 and number 7.
Cheech and Chong.
Oh, they would have been number 1. No, they're not even on here.
What?
Son of a bitch. They should have been. Speaking of Cheech and Chong, you see Cheech and Chong up there?
Yeah, I'd see that.
You see Cheech and Chong?
Yep. Saw
It's
it.
dope,
Very nice. Very nice. They're kind of creepy, but very nice. They're wigs on what are those styrofoam?
Styrofoam heads, yeah.
Heads. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, other duos.
I
No?
don't know. I'm
Oh
blank.
my, come
I'm
on. There's a
blank.
lot of
Yeah.
duos.
Well,
Chris, you have any more duos?
No.
Are you googling duos? You
No.
son of a bitch.
I was thinking Montana and Rice,
Yeah.
but
that's like a meal.
Mahomes and Kelsey.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
that's
not
I
even.
was thinking sports.
No. Look, McCartney and Lennon.
Yeah, they had a band.
But they were the main two. They were the main duo.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, they made the
I don't
top
know.
10, so they're number 10. So sorry.
I looked
alright.
up top 10 duos and it just brought me to sports duos.
See, there you go. That's what we should
Well,
be
that's
doing.
sports duos. No, I had
Gronk and Brady.
no
Sorry.
Scooby and Shaggy.
Okay. Yeah.
SpongeBob and Patrick.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one, but no,
Wow.
they're
Wow.
not on the list.
Holmes and
Watson.
yeah.
Don't.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Kelsey?
Kels. I was like, well, no, we just went
He's
through that.
listening. He's listening.
No, they're not on here. Sorry, Chris. Nope. Romeo and Juliet.
Laverne and Shirley.
Dun, dun,
It's
dun,
not a
dun,
duo,
dun.
but okay.
Oh, yeah. No, they didn't make the list.
Lenny and Squeaky. Right. Right.
All right, number 5, we have Ernie and Bert.
Oh,
Bert and Ernie.
yeah.
See,
Yeah, it's
it's
Bert and Ernie.
to
It's Bert
me,
and Ernie.
it's Ernie and Bert. It said Bert and Ernie, but I wrote Ernie and Bert because that's the way
You
I
got it
grew up.
wrong. That's a wrong duo. Okay.
That's right. How about 3PO?
Oh, there you
R2
go.
and
R2.
Yes.
Yep.
That's a good one. And then there's Han and Chewie.
They are number 1.
Is that right?
Come on.
There you go.
Good job, man. You read it, though. I know you saw it. Was that me? Or them?
Can you keep that on a little longer?
no.
I think you read that. I think you saw
Should
my
be a
list.
time limit.
Oh, no, you know what? Okay, they were number 1, but we're missing one. One duo.
Pinky and the Brain.
Is that from Greece?
No, it's from the
cartoon. It's a cartoon.
Animaniacs.
Oh, Pinky. No.
Ren and Stimpy.
Ooh, that's a good one.
He said that. Chris said that was an
Man, there's got to be a limit on that too.
People are.
And a duo.
We're all over the
Okay,
place.
this last one is a cartoon.
Okay, it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
What era?
All right, enough of that. Snoopy and Woodstock.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
That is one heck of a duo. That is.
No one ever remembers
That
Woodstock.
should be number 1. Woodstock was cool. Yeah, that should be.
Why
number
was he
one.
Woodstock?
Nobody cares about Snoopy.
Nobody
What?
cares about what?
Snoopy.
Everybody loves Snoopy.
Yeah.
Born in '92. I don't give a shit about.
Well, that's because again, bad parenting. The parents should have introduced you to Snoopy, Joe Cool, all of that. Thanksgiving,
Charlie Brown.
Brown,
The dog of the
Linus.
You're
Yeah, right over there.
He's joking. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Nobody knows what the Red Baron is. Okay, it's pizza. It's pizza. All right.
Yeah. So, all right.
All right.
This segment now. Okay, we're this is 20 lies, and this is probably going to be for us older guys, right? 20 lies that your parents told you as a kid.
20.
It's 20. Yeah, if we could cover them all, we'll cover them all.
How about like if you swallow a watermelon seed?
You know
It'll
what?
grow inside you.
That is one. You got that one, Marty. You know, you don't recall
If
any?
you hold that face, it'll stay like that. Like if you
Man, you got to
make that face.
Yes.
All right.
Long enough, it's gonna stay like that.
That's another one. Yeah, that's another one. It's on my list here somewhere.
Let's see.
Or do you mean like Santa Claus, like those kind of lies, like Easter Bunny?
Wow. Yeah.
Who,
Yeah.
Are you calling me a liar?
Yeah.
son?
Whose kid is that? How did you?
I know,
hurt him
hey.
during? Did he get gifts?
Nephew, you saw Santa Claus a few times, didn't you?
Did you not get any gifts when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Marcos, we've got a lot of gifts to
About
give him.
turning a light on inside of your car being illegal.
Your
Oh, while
parents
you're
told you
driving,
that?
while you're driving?
Your parents
Yeah,
tell you that?
Yeah,
That's complete
yeah, you can't drive with that light on.
You know what?
It's
As a
illegal.
kid, I've always thought, I've told the kids, hey, turn that damn light
Yeah, I
off. We're
can't
going to get
see.
pulled over.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that too, just on principle.
It's bullshit.
If you're driving at night with that light on your car, I think you're an asshole.
Wow. Wow. That's not against the law though.
Yeah.
That was so inappropriate.
Yeah.
The what?
Full of headlights that are doing 50 times worse than that.
I know.
Get out of here.
The LEDs.
You know what? You know how speaking of headlights, you know when you're driving and you try to give them a signal, like if their headlights are out,
Yeah.
turn them on. Well, I remember we were with some buddies, we're driving around and there was this car coming and as a joke, he flicked his lights on because this car that was coming only had one light on. So he flicked the light and the dude turned his lights off, turned them back on, and they both came on. We all just started laughing while we were driving down the road. We're like, "Whoa, shit, that was weird." Yeah, it was just driving like this, and then it said, "Whoop," open both eyes. Reading in the dark will ruin your eyes.
Oh, yeah, I heard you. Yeah. Sitting too
Never-
close to the TV. If you sit too close to the TV.
That one I got because
Yeah. Sitting too close to the TV is another one. How about popping your knuckles will give you arthritis?
Oh, I've heard it. but
I've heard of that. Yeah.
See, and you know what's funny? I tell Eliana that because she's always pop, 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 pop. Yeah. Did you know those are air bubbles in the knuckles?
Yep.
Yeah, I just said that about it in one episode. Yeah. Swallowed gum takes 7 years to digest.
Oh.
Never heard of that.
True or false?
Probably false.
False. Stomach acid is
Oh
very
yeah, these are all
corrosive.
lies. What?
Stomach acid is very corrosive.
Chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Oh.
I think I've used that one.
Yeah, I don't think.
So cross. Did you say, Marty? Cross your eyes and they'll
No,
stay
but
stuck.
like if you make that face.
Make a face.
It'll stick like that.
Yeah. Can happen, man. You gotta be careful. Come on.
Yeah.
Any of those?
No.
If you swim too soon after eating, you'll cramp up. But you know what's funny is I read that and I thought, okay, we've said that, we've used that, we still use it because we got the pool. I'm sure you guys use it
we
too,
say
right?
it all,
Your two little ones. But it said because if you cramp, you'll drown.
Oh.
I didn't go that far.
Yeah.
I just said if you cramp,
you go
and
cramp
get out of
up,
the pool. So I remember that. I remember my mom used to tell me
Because
that.
the best one is when we're growing up playing sports and they tell you don't swim like during a game day. Like I always
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know that's a good point. Although my dad never said that, but my baseball coach did. He would always tell us, guys, I don't
Always
want you to be
baseball.
swimming.
Always
Stay
baseball.
home, relax, and then game time, game time.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay out of the sun.
I don't get why there was a rule about eating and then swimming, but nothing about drinking and swimming.
Well, drinking and swimming doesn't really mix. Although it does in our
There's no
pool.
wives' tale about it, though.
When you're 12, I don't think that applies
He's
unless.
still telling people to this day.
You said, what'd you say, Marty? Sitting too close to the TV?
Oh, yeah.
You'll go blind?
Yeah,
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Or you'll lose vision.
Yeah, you hurt
How
your
about
eyes.
how about if you'll get warts if you touch a toad or a frog?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I always thought that was true.
I don't want to find out.
Yeah.
Warts are just like bacteria that you'll probably find on a toad.
Yeah, I guess. Imagine there are some poisonous toads, right?
Yes.
Like ones that if you touch,
Frogs.
or no, there's actually toads or something that like if you lick it, it'll fuck you up. It'll
Psychedelic one?
yeah, and it's like a drug, right? I mean, people actually do that.
Ugh.
People buy like
It's a real thing.
a case of frogs and toads
No.
poison. But where, Chris? Where can we find that?
What?
How would you rephrase that?
Psychedelic frogs.
You want me S?
S.
I-
Yes. S.
Yeah. Start with an A.
Yes.
Science, psychedelic, same thing. SIC
Cadelic.
KDKL. So psychedelic.
Rule number 1.
Damn. Rule number 1: spelling is not important.
Okay.
In this case,
Okay, it's real. The psychedelic toad venom is a trendy hallucinogenic.
hallucinogenic.
Can we get them by next Wednesday?
No,
where can you find them?
in the border between Mexico and United States.
Oh, so we go to El Paso.
Just make some calls.
There you
Heck
go.
yeah, we go to El Paso and
Uncle
the
Bill.
border's right there.
The Sorano desert toad.
All right.
But there's no water flowing through the Rio Grande anymore, so it's all mud. That you get a muddy frog.
Muddy flower.
Oh yes, Santa knows if you're good or bad. That's the one you were talking about earlier, right, Mark?
No, it was just Santa in general. Santa. Mark was, I know.
Santa's still real, man. Santa's still
I'm
real.
telling
Right,
you.
Marty?
Yeah.
He is real.
Oh, yeah.
Easter Bunny?
He's the same person.
Nope.
Oh.
But he's real.
How about the Tooth Fairy?
Very real.
Did AG believe in the Tooth Fairy?
As far as I know.
Yeah, still.
Well, we haven't had any teeth fall
Yeah,
out because
not
I make her,
lately.
I pound it in her head to brush her teeth. So she got paid. She got paid twice. Once from mom and once from dad. So she, as far as I know, she did.
Yeah,
all right.
I saw a TikTok video where there's a dad. I don't know how. It's got to be playing. Anyway, there's a dad sitting down and he's watching TV, and then there's a kid say, "Dad," and he says, "What?" He said, "The Tooth Fairy just gave me $100."
Wow.
He's like, "What?" Tooth Fairy gave me $100. Looks at his walls. Shit. He's like, okay. And then he yells. I think he yells for his wife. And, yeah. Keep your eyes open while sneezing, or they'll fall out.
Man,
Nope, never heard that.
They'll fall out.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You didn't read it like that.
What did I say?
Keep
You
them
read it
open.
like a question.
You said keep your eyes open when sneezing, or they'll fall out.
Wouldn't it be closed?
Yeah.
That's the way I wrote it down. See?
you guys didn't work this out in rehearsal?
Ow! There's no such thing as fear. The family pets live on a farm upstate.
Oh,
Oh, when they die?
yeah, that's bad.
Jay, you have any stories?
Not that I want to tell on a camera.
Okay,
Wow.
well, we won't tell
Don't
those
put my
stories.
man on the spot.
But yeah, I mean, I almost had to tell Marcos and Mario that, but we had our beagle. I don't know if you remember the beagle we had. I mean, he was old. He was like 17, 18 years old.
That was a cool dog.
And you remember him, Quan?
R.I.P. Yeah.
You remember? And so I was taking him. It was that time I was taking him to the vet, and I was trying to do it before Marty and Marcos got home, and they both pulled up right after school, and they're like, "Dad, where are you taking T-Bone?" Where? I'm like, "Damn." So I don't remember if I told you guys.
Did you guys even
I'm
care?
taking him upstate.
You showed us a video later.
Well, yeah, I showed you. I showed you the
Video of what?
Euthanization.
I showed you the video of
you taking him in?
his last time walking in the little lobby. I was just recording him while he was walking around until his name was called.
Wow.
Yeah. So
R.I.P. T-Bone.
I never even knew that dog. I had no emotional
Chris,
connection.
what? I have a picture of you with him on our fridge.
Dog, now you have no connection.
Yeah, never wanted a dog. The most I knew of
No
Tebow,
connections with
he
his
was that animal that
brothers.
we kept all the way downstairs in a cage all the time, and then only ever let him into the backyard.
Wow. The truth. The truth. What a horrible owner.
Yeah, Chris.
Did he get fed? Was he fed? Did
Yes.
they
I
feed
don't
him
know.
twice a week? Wow.
Yes, he got fed. Your nose grows when you lie.
That's just
You ever tell
Pinocchio.
the kids that? Well, I mean,
No.
Pinocchio was out there.
No.
But
No.
Marty, are any of these? Do you remember telling Will and?
No. The lying thing, we got that Veggie Tales. Did you
Okay,
ever-
yeah.
So we would make
Yeah.
him watch that video. So it's like, okay. And Lindsay would put it in, and he'd have to watch
Put
that.
the VHS.
But he would, all our kids were so if they disappointed you, it was like just you give them the look, and you had it fixed. Like,
Yeah.
And of course they were scared of Lindsay, so
She put the hammer down
Yeah,
and
they-
Put the hammer down.
they knew she followed through on whatever she said. She calls me Fun Bobby because
yeah, there's always one. There's the fun
have to-
parent,
yeah.
and then there's the disciplinarian,
Yes.
and that's the mean one.
Right.
But in the long run,
they respect her more.
They respect her.
Yeah.
but they also you get compliments because your kids are so
Right.
either well mannered or they're good kids, and so
And what she would tell them is like if you get invited back, like if you get invited to a friend's house and you get invited back, that shows that
Right.
you're that you did well. If you
Right.
never get invited back,
then there's
you know,
there's
yeah.
the message.
and hers and Lindsay we would say, if they did well when we weren't around, then we know we did good.
That's it, right
because
there.
If they can act well when we're not around, then
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
So those
Yeah.
are the couple things, but yeah.
How about coffee stunts growth? You ever hear that one?
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I've
I
never heard
drank
that
coffee.
one.
My parents always did. I like the smell of coffee, but
Yeah.
I just never. I like smelling it Sunday morning when you got up. But
Right.
yeah,
Good memories.
yeah.
Yeah. When did you start drinking coffee?
Right after the kid was born.
Oh yeah.
I had to. I had to. I need because I was working nights, and I needed the caffeine and the sugar, and I didn't. I really thought caffeine or coffee was just for older people.
Right.
And then when I had the kid, I was just like, I get it now. I get it why everybody.
So
has
what
to have
was it?
coffee.
What was it that stunted your growth?
I'm,
Because you are like 5'4".
I'm about as tall as you.
Go about 6'2".
Yeah. Oh God.
You always say that. I don't believe
He's
it
not
because whenever I
6'2".
stay next to you,
So-
I'm like,
He's not
Not that
6'2". He's
tall.
barely 5'10".
Ladies and gentlemen, I am 6'2", which goes back to when I used to dunk a basketball.
Yeah.
But my knees are bad now, and my.
can't jump.
Yeah, were you ever told that the toy or candy store was closed?
No.
My dad used to tell me we would go to Indian Springs Mall, and of course all the stores are open, and I'd say, Dad, can we go to the toy store? No, it's closed. They closed.
So we never got to ask.
Yeah.
We just understood.
Yeah.
You don't ask because it's going to be no.
You just walk right by.
Yes.
You
and
go to the
just-
movie theater. You go in. You come
Right.
out, you go back.
Carrots will help. Carrots will help you see
Vision.
at
Your
night.
eyes.
Vision, yeah.
I heard
Yeah,
that.
help with the vision.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Did I ever tell you guys that? What's up?
The last one, my mom traumatized me. We were at the grocery store one time, and I wanted a candy bar or something. And her lie of choice was, we could get it, but I don't think at the time, she's like, I don't think my check's going to bounce. We won't be able to get any of these groceries.
Yeah.
That
It's
one
a candy bar.
So I'm like, we can't not get our groceries.
You took it for the team, man.
Yeah.
You took it for the team. Yeah.
Good for you, nephew.
So, you know,
Because Mom was right. Moms are always right.
I would
Wow.
always tell a story, and Emma hates it, but we were at, I think we were at Sam's Club. And so we were buying stuff, and then she was buying bananas, and the amount just came out to where I had enough cash, but I just need a couple more dollars. And I said, Emma, can I borrow that 20? She's like, no, I don't want to break a 20. So you got to throw the credit card up for $2 or something. Like, really, Emma? Like, help your dad out.
I would have taken whatever Emma had and just put it
That's-
aside and said,
You know, that's fun. I'm sure I shared this story before on one of the episodes, but I'm going to repeat it anyway. My first check was like $42.
from
Right.
where'd you work?
I don't know if it was when I was at, it might have been
Walgreens?
Thriftway.
Thriftway.
When I was at
that's
Thriftway
right.
down in
Okay,
Armadale.
Shout out.
And I told my dad, I said, Dad, on my first paycheck, I want to buy the groceries. So he's like, okay, that's cool. So we go to
that's big of you.
it wasn't Sam's Club. I think before Sam's, it was called Pace, I believe, Pace, and it was right there. It was up by on 18th and right by the Walmart on up on Row.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With a
Price Chopper and
yeah,
all
it was
that.
in that area. It was called Pace, and it was just like a Sam's Club. But we go through the groceries, and the bill was, I don't know, maybe $60 or something, and we started putting shit back, and I'm like, and I had to use exactly what I took, $42, and I remember that was the saddest drive home because I was so sad that I offered, but I paid. But I'm like, damn, it was okay, Dad. Why didn't you put in the extra $20,
Yeah,
right?
Cover it, yeah.
No, he's like, no,
Learning.
I'm not paying for
Learning
anything. You bought,
experience.
I know, right? It
Said you're
was.
going to pay.
And I paid, and I did, and
This is the budget.
and everything that we put back was the things that I wanted.
Right.
You know. Yeah. I've never heard this one. The ice cream truck plays music when they're sold out. I'm like, what? Who? I don't.
Yeah.
That's
Hell,
That's a good
that
one.
could. Yeah. Can you imagine? Oh, why would you be driving down
That's a
our
good
road from top to bottom? Ding, 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 ding. Oh,
That's a good one.
and then yeah. Sorry, but they're sold out. That's what that means.
That's a great line. Yeah.
That's a great lie,
I'm
right?
going to save that one.
Have you ever been? Were you ever told you were a very smart kid? That you were a smart kid?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Did I ever tell you were
That would have been a lie. That would have
That's
been a
what
lie
I'm
to you.
saying. Nephew, were you ever told you were a smart kid?
Yeah, and then they put me in special classes and shit like that to boost it up, and then
And then it went
Like
to
special
shit.
gifted classes or special ed?
no.
Okay. All right.
IEP. So who really knows? I might have just been hanging out.
That's fine. And then the last one is pee in the pool. The water turns red.
Oh, I knew it was supposed to change color.
Right.
but
You know, but I don't remember that back in.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I guess we didn't.
no, yeah.
No, that's what that's.
Not that the water turns red. It's that
Your pee turns red.
No, you said that it turns red. The water.
Yeah, if you pee in the pool, the water will turn red, or your pee will turn red. That's pretty shitty if that's the case, right?
No comment.
Uh,
Yeah, we never went to the pool very much. So
yeah, we
went to
had
the
Clopper.
That was a wading pool. I think it was probably a foot and a half deep all the way around, and probably
wading
about
pool.
The
18 by 8.
misconception is when you go in a pool and you open your eyes underwater and they turn red. They say it's from the chlorine. It's actually from piss and
Urine.
shit. Yeah.
And then that's how you end up with pink eye, both eyes,
Good.
red.
I don't
pink
think you can. No, I think the chlorine is to help clean
Yeah.
the water.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I don't know a pool.
eye. I don't know. Either.
I don't want the. If I did, nobody would be allowed to. But apparently, you do. You allow the kids to urinate in
I
the
guess.
pool.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, we have the restroom right. Oh, they're not going to be able to come through this anymore, through our studio.
I see.
Go around.
That's too bad.
Anyway.
All right.
All right, well, we're close to the end of our show, Marty, but before we end, I'm going to ask you top 5.
Okay.
What do you think of? What should we ask? Top 5. What? That's Marty.
I don't know. I don't know.
Marty, what are your top 5 restaurants?
Caught me off guard.
Top 5. Top 5.
Kansas City restaurants. The
Johnny
world.
Cascone's is one. That's
Okay.
where we
Ooh, that was a
go.
popular one, yeah.
That's usually our birthdays. Of course, you're right about.
Italian Delight.
Yeah.
When
and
that
it's coming back to the Bronx. They're
No.
they're filling it. Yeah.
In Mission?
John
You didn't know-
Evoluto is going to open it up.
so okay.
Breaking news, Colt. They
So-
coming back.
So the reason why I mentioned Italian Delight is because I think I was going to the laundromat and you guys were. I think it was a Friday night.
Every
Was it a
Friday
Friday
night.
night
Every
tradition,
Friday
which is an
night.
awesome tradition. That you go
Abuelito,
there.
what was it? Chris, is it
Every Friday all
Italian
year
Delight or
round, or
Abuelitos?
what was it? Just
Every Friday night, my mother-in-law and father-in-law ate there, and then we.
I
ate
remember
there,
that.
And Will.
God, I
we had
love those
Will
kind
in
of traditions.
When it's that small little
Right.
Italian Delight, and then they had Abuelitos on the corner. But yeah, we did it every Friday night.
so okay. So they're bringing that
Okay, so-
back in Mission.
Where the
Where the Bronx was,
they're-
okay.
That was
it
your
is-
spot too, right? The Bronx.
Well,
That's-
the
I
one
like
on
pizza.
39th in
That's
KC
the one.
Mo was the original one,
That's
as far as I know, and that one's gone.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, is
yeah.
it really?
Yeah, they sold it, I believe, and they're putting apartments
Man.
up there. That was the best one because the stove there made the crust perfectly. They might still have one in Crown Center.
And there used to be one out by Shawnee Mission
Metcalf.
South on Metcalf. Yeah.
Metcalf about 90th, maybe
No, I think it was
90,
103rd.
103rd-ish
by that
between.
Walmart.
Yeah. So if everybody doesn't know, the Bronx is actually spelled DA' Bronx, and it has
the way I would have spelled it.
New York style thin crust pizza
Steak
and
sandwiches are excellent.
yeah, meatball sandwiches. Right? I mean, I only had just slices.
The
in
desserts
there.
Yeah, I
were
was gonna
good,
say I
too.
didn't know they sold anything else but
They had
pizza.
apple pie dessert. It
Oh,
was actually
really?
Cream cheese, apple pie dessert. It was
I never had room for dessert. I would eat so much pizza there. It was never
But yeah, they
delicious.
said
So did we
John's
just name
open-
all your top 5?
No.
Oh.
Well, no, I do like. No.
Oh, that was just what?
They said John Evoluto's opening, and it's going to be limited. Like
Okay.
it's not going to be the whole.
Right,
You know,
right.
all the other stuff, but it'll
well-
still be like the Strombolis and.
Great.
So it's
Yeah.
probably not even dine in. Think you just go in, pick up.
No, it's going to be dying. It's
Yeah,
got to
it's
be
still-
because they
yeah.
got a lot of seating area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be good. The
That's
spaghetti
awesome.
and stuff. But yeah, you got to throw that one in there. Yeah, you're right. Missing Don Cholitos is.
Oh gosh, I can't believe that's.
That is,
Dude, I
That was Marty's
I
spot,
can't
man.
believe you like that.
we
one.
had
That's it. I think Jose used to eat there too.
I don't
Gosh,
I
that's
mean, those microwaves were just like they just heated it up like to the right. It just got
heated what up?
just hot enough. Everything. What didn't heat up?
Fried burritos
Yeah.
or what? What did they? What was your go-to at Don
The
Cholito's
Texas,
Mexican
all
buffet?
the CCQ Cholito style, big top. So that meant it sour cream, black olives. Yeah, you can't. He does have. He put out his own recipe book. The owner. So when he was closing, I went in one of the last days when he was closing.
With tears.
Yeah, oh,
with
yeah,
tears
I
in your
was,
eyes.
What'd you take home, Marty? What'd you take home?
A lot. Did the Texas Big Top, and then so like when Lindsay would go out of town, that would be Jake and Will and I. Emma hated
Every
it too,
day?
but whenever she would go
He
out
said
of
she
town for
hated
something, we're like, okay, hey, what do you guys
Right.
go order?
That's fine.
But yeah, the guy said he was putting out. He lives out in DeSoto, but he's putting out like his so you can make the cheese sauce and everything and. Yeah,
So Don Cholito's is a I think
Mexican
it's
Americanized.
the only
You know,
one,
there
right? Was it
there
the only
No,
one?
there was one in Topeka. When I talked to him, he said the
What?
original was in Topeka.
Okay, and it's
so
a
his dad ran that
Mexican
one.
buffet kind of deal. Is that what it was? And
No, it was a cafeteria. So you went through a
Cafeteria
line,
style.
You grabbed a tray, you grabbed your silverware, you ordered it.
Uh-huh.
They made it, and then they threw it in the microwave behind them.
Okay.
You paid for it, and then they would hand you the plate.
Okay, I
plate
didn't
was
know
hot.
that. I
The
didn't
plate was
know
hot.
that.
You hear all the beep, 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 beep.
And
that's
that's
fun.
been in Mission.
Yeah, it was
Mission,
in
Kansas
Mission, yeah,
for
right.
Yeah, right. Now it's a big
87?
biscuit.
I was going to
Yeah,
say
that
for
is
30, almost 40
easily.
years,
When I was
easy,
there
right?
when I went to Shawnee Mission North in '87, it was there.
For some reason, a very popular spot,
Yes,
right?
oh, yes. The chips were in this big bin. got this huge
terrible.
metal bin under a light, so you've got your own chips.
You
or
could scoop your own
Yeah,
chips.
you just reach in with your hands. But the sopapilla is why everybody went. They wanted the sopapillas.
I see.
The sopapillas. Oh, yeah.
Kind of like what's that restaurant that was down in Argentina? I go with
Jalisco's.
yeah, the Jalisco's.
Oh,
yeah.
now those are good
With the honey,
sopapillas.
with
The
the
Jalisco's,
honey,
yes.
with the
Yes,
honey
you're talking
on
about
it,
that.
Yes.
Sopapillas. Yes,
I
sir.
don't know.
In Jalisco's,
In Jalisco's.
do you think they had sour cream anywhere or black olives?
In Jalisco's.
Fuck no.
One in Argentina? I don't
know, dude.
I don't know.
You never been to the Jalisco's in Argentina. It was right across from
Anywhere near
Mickey's.
Mickey's Surplus.
Surplus.
Oh, that's it.
Shout out.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we would go over there.
I
Shout
don't know.
out to
Yeah.
Mickey's.
But they had the sour cream and
Because Margie and Augie's like mom or somebody worked.
yeah,
there.
I think
And so
they,
we
the
would go
Langfords.
there,
Yeah, shout out to
Augie's
the
mom,
we
Langfords.
would
I
eat,
think.
and after
And
soccer,
I
or
think
something.
Brenda and,
Right.
and Margie both worked
Yeah.
there.
So
Oh,
we-
okay.
We would go
Yeah.
there
Okay.
and eat, and then go to Mickey's, and yeah. So probably the last would be like Old Shawnee Pizza or Pizza Shop.
Yeah.
You know, grew up with that around.
Right.
My dad would come when it was on the other side of the street. He would come home because he worked late at night, and he would go by there, and whatever pizzas were there that no one picked up, he'd just bring them home. So
Smart.
we ate some weird pizzas, but he'd bring them home, and the next morning they'd be there, and so yeah.
That's
so,
funny.
but yeah, one of those, yeah, probably those. But a lot of Italian. I like Italian food.
Yeah.
Emma's
Yeah.
getting ready to go. She's going to go over to Italy and Spain. That's one of her, because it's so close, just for her to travel.
Yeah.
So that she's going to go there for a few days.
Oh, your mind's
That's
going
cool.
to be blown
Yeah, I
if you
know.
go visit her in Italy.
Yeah. Lindsay wants to go because she said there's
Jose's
cooking
been there.
classes and stuff. Like there's food classes you can take over
Sure.
there.
Yeah, I think
Sure.
And so she's like, she would love to go and spend a
Sure.
few days there.
And,
I was
and
like,
teach them
oh, that'd be so cool.
how to bake.
Yeah, well, to bake, yeah. But
But no, the Italy food, from what I heard in interviews I've seen, I mean, or heard. The
Jose's
food over
brought
there,
some recipes back, didn't you, nephew?
the coffee.
You can't get the same ingredients here.
No, you
Well,
can't.
she went to Greece and she brought home the sauce that she had there in Greece, and for a few, like her lasagna and everything was just incredible. But I think she just lost track of, like, she never wrote it down.
Sure.
And so, but yeah,
Sure.
I bet.
We went to a class, we got a recipe and all that, but even like the flour is not the same. You got to find
Right.
Yeah.
special imported this.
Yeah.
Coffee's better over there. I mean, espressos.
I'm
And,
just, the food was so different, and it just surprised me. But it was just everything you ate, and then like when you go to the grocery store, and I can't understand, but like the milk and eggs are just out. They're not like in refrigerated. They're just sitting, on a shelf. And you're like, how is that? Like, why is that? So, but yeah.
Well,
yeah,
cool.
I don't know. I
it's got to be.
But
When
like
it comes to milk, it's pasteurization, sort of
they don't have ice cream like that. They have ice cream, sorry, but they
It's
don't
called
have
something else, all right?
gelato.
They have
Yeah.
There's gelato, but they like in London and stuff. When you go, they're just like Emma misses that. That's one of her things.
So there's no
you know?
Quick Trip.
There's no quick.
Are there like like
I would say.
stores like that where you can go in the middle of the night and grab yourself a?
Yeah, they're almost like pharmacies in a way. That
Okay.
we saw, but I will tell you, there's a Five Guys on every corner.
No.
that would surprise you. But like even in
Five
France,
guys doing what?
just Five Guys, just hanging
Hamburger
out.
joint.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a basketball team.
So
Yeah,
even
no.
like when we were going to the Arctic
Gangs.
Trail, if we're just going up the street and it's like there's the Nike stores and all those things, and you turn and there's a Five Guys everywhere on
Wow.
every corner. You would
Really?
think- yeah, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's Kentucky Fried
Really?
Chicken.
Gotta
a lot
have
of,
chicken.
But
Starbucks.
Churches.
yeah, Starbucks, the biggest Starbucks. That's
awesome. That's awesome.
I thought the biggest.
There's one in Chicago that's like 4 stories.
Yeah,
We went to,
we've
yeah.
been in that one.
You got to stand in line usually outside.
Yeah, like one's
Wow.
one floor is a gift shop, and the other one is
Yes.
they have wines and
Right, and you go way up top is
the one that top
bar-ish.
coffee and the bar. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
We got caught. We were in Chicago, and there was always a line. And then we were walking back, and it started raining. So then the security's like, "No, come on in." And so then that's
The
the only time.
Starbucks?
Yeah, because other than that,
That's-
we were not going to wait in line.
Right.
I wasn't waiting.
Right.
All right. Well, did we get all 5?
I think so. Probably Cascones,
Italian
Delight, Don Cholitos,
Boo.
Shawnee Pizza.
Old Shawnee Pizza. Oh, I guess
And,
another one.
Yeah,
Oh,
name another
like a
pizza
town
joint.
topic, Town
Topic.
Yeah, we would eat
Sam
breakfast
Spark,
there.
you still owe me a sandwich or a hamburger, I should say.
But we would eat when the kids were growing up. My dad and I, we would eat in Saturday mornings, and so
Yep.
we'd go to Town Topic, and I'd take
Town
Will,
Topic.
Dang,
I'd still. I
For breakfast.
yeah, breakfast. Saturday
Yeah.
morning
You can have a
breakfast.
hamburger.
They used
for
to have
breakfast?
no. Well, I think you probably could, but they had some good breakfasts.
Yeah,
over
their
there.
eggs or sausage,
hash browns, the
they-
patties.
Yeah,
Yes,
they were all-
yeah.
Patties and patties.
Actually, if I'm right, their pancakes were really big. Like they're the whole plate.
Oh,
You just
damn.
get one. Yeah.
You've had pancakes from there, Mark?
Down top.
Town topic.
So.
Oh, man.
Great Kansas City
Yeah.
restaurants.
Yeah,
Couple
I
of them.
still haven't been.
And
I haven't. Well,
You know the barbecues. I like.
I have, but I haven't.
The barbecues would be.
roasted.
Yeah, I miss Casey Masterpiece is really what I miss. I mean,
I miss Quick's. You
yeah.
ever been to Quick's?
Yeah, oh yeah.
On,
So
on
Lindsay's
Marion
mom would
Lane?
bring that home sometimes.
Oh
on
man,
Wednesdays,
that was
yeah.
my favorite back in the day.
That's a good one. Anything
Yeah.
in Casey.
Quicks is
Casey.
a chocolate and strawberry mix.
No.
It's Nestle Quick.
Quick's Barbecue, which is now a gun store. I think
Is
that building is now a gun store. Or something.
All right.
Where was Rosedale? Was there a Rosedale barbecue?
It's still,
Oh, yeah.
it's still on.
Is it on Marion
It's on the
Lane?
boulevard.
Johnson.
Johnson Drive. Is that a
Johnson
new one?
Drive.
Is
Okay.
it Marion
I
Lane
think
or
it's
is it-
strips.
Is it down on the boulevard?
It's,
No,
it's
it's
right on
on,
Southwest.
Go ahead.
It's on the other side of what's where
Strasser's.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's further
it's farther east.
east. Yeah.
So they're
Oh, you even
Across
keep
from-
going back.
There's a
7th
Yeah.
Street is the
close.
the
Yeah,
Rainbow or
it's
whatever that is.
kind of close
Rainbow.
to 7th Street.
Okay,
Correct.
closer that way. Okay.
Rainbow and the Boulevard.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Marty, for joining us
Cool. No, I
again,
appreciate
man.
it.
This
Two times.
2 times. Yeah, I'm starting to bring others back. Yeah, but I appreciate you being here. But before we end, I got to give a quick shout out to Bay Boy Specialty Sandwiches. If you guys ever had
I
that,
have not.
you need to try it, Marty.
But
If
I
you're
know
in
the
that area, yeah, their location is 4706 Holly Street in Kansas City, Missouri, 64112. Not too far from the plaza.
Right.
Yeah, up on the hill. Their sandwich. So they're known for their fresh baked Dutch crunch bread. It's a bread that is made in San Francisco, and this Julian Garcia, born and raised there, he loved those sandwiches.
Couldn't drop any by. Couldn't drop any by. Or
you
did
know
you
what
eat them all?
he said?
Did you eat them all?
No. He said he will come by one day. I actually invited both of them again. So maybe eventually, eventually they will be coming in and maybe bring some sandwiches for us.
Maybe.
Because they did it for us up at the studio.
All right.
Which
Well,
they
good.
sat in, they talked, and just out of nowhere, just somebody comes in and just handed the sandwiches. And Marcos, I don't think Marcos had ever had a sandwich. So I said, son, you eat the sandwich, and I'm going to talk to these guys. Marcos, they're just picking out freaking mayonnaise all over his face, but he ate good.
We got a Bay
That's their
Boy.
only location?
yeah.
Down
Yeah, there's a big- what's
That's
that?
their only location?
As of right now, yeah.
Okay.
That's all. And then they've done it up really nice. They were just take out. Now they've got a nice. They share a restaurant. They share it with a cafe, a coffee spot there, and
right.
they have an outside deck that they just put in. It's a cool spot.
Is that close
Maybe
to
I need to go. Check it out.
Capini's is right there, that Italian restaurant?
Oh, I
Is
love
it-
Capini's.
Yeah, that's another one. That,
Yes.
Yeah, we started eating there more with Will.
Delicious.
Will likes that. Will and Kiara
Yes.
will eat there.
So we got a Bay Boy discount code. What we got going
Maybe
on?
eventually
Come on,
we
man.
will.
Get me in there.
Eventually we will. We'll
All right,
have to do
all
that.
right.
But
Talk to
yeah,
us,
so like
Bay
I
Boy.
said, they're fresh bread Dutch crunch bread, fresh vegetables, quality meats and cheeses, and the signature and flavorful sauces that they put in there.
Flavorful.
Really flavorful sandwich.
Did
Sauces.
they write this or did you?
I wrote it.
That's pretty good.
No, they wrote it.
Okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah, but again, thank you guys for helping us out here. And yep, I guess that concludes our show. Again, thank you, Marty, for being here.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Coach.
Everybody, thank you. Great. Thank you guys for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Big Modcast. Until next week. We'll
Go
see ya.
Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
Well, they already played.
No, not today, but yeah. I know what you mean.
Hopefully, yeah.
Either way.
Peace out.